He still uses disposable underwear. He is a full-time job. And my wife has stayed home and taken care of him his entire life. And I have worked overtime in factories, moved up into management. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever do that, but the Lord had me go through all of that to teach me how to lead people in His timing and in His way and by His Spirit and not what I think is right. I had to get rid of a lot of fear that I never really got rid of, even when I was put away. And it's all about Him letting us go through things to get those things out of our heart that we think that we've gotten rid of. He knows our hearts, and He will do whatever it takes to get us cleansed. When we sing songs in church about let the fire fall, boy, He takes us up on that. And the fire is what destroys what is not of Him and what purifies what is of Him. And the fire is what we learn is absolutely the critical process, because if we aren't right in our own hearts, how in the world are we going to go and minister to other people? We have to have that in our hearts and have that in our lives. It doesn't mean we have to be flawless, but it means we got to understand what we're talking about from experience before we can ever speak into somebody else's life and say, hey, go do this. And
Amen.
this is no offense to anybody with a Bible school degree. I took Grace College for a couple of years as a recon. And the Lord said, I don't want you getting a degree. And I thought, well, Lord, that's going to open up. And He said, I don't want you giving to man the glory given to man that I have put in you. I am letting you be an unlearned person, but used by me so that I get the glory. Okay. So He had me do a year and a half. And man, some of the stuff that religion teaches us that we don't realize is so harmful and so detrimental to really trusting God, apart from all the other things that are put in our face. I'm not saying don't be around believers, but sometimes we got to be in caves on the run from King Saul, even though we did nothing wrong to him. He just hates us and wants us to be unalive just because he's jealous. And it's in those places like David was in, that's where you get the Psalms. He learned the things that he wrote about the Lord's faithfulness and goodness when he was in a cave and he had nothing and he had nobody to rely on but the Lord. And that is when the Lord wrote the story of the Psalms on his heart. And that's to this day. Psalms are some of the greatest. If y'all haven't gotten into those yet and really let the Lord lead you through it and bless you, man, you want to talk about ministering from the Word. But anyway, Jake is still in the condition he's in. We've been given words over the years that at the right time, Jake will be healed. But while he's not healed, he is using the hardship of that, our son, and the condition that he's in. And he's a sweet kid, don't get me wrong, but Sharice really has to, his sleep schedule's never the same. Sometimes he'll stay up all night. Today he went to bed at, I want to say 6 a.m. and had been up since 8 a.m. the night before. And the child just has the energy of 10 grown working men. And so she sleeps when he sleeps. She's up when he's up. Sometimes she'll get 4 hours of sleep in 2 or 3 nights. But she has to rely on the Lord. See, she has to trust that God will give her the needs met, even though it doesn't make sense on paper and the math doesn't add up. And the Lord spoke to us and He said, if you can't trust me for your basic needs, then why are you trusting me for salvation? Why do you put faith in John 3:16 if you can't put faith in Matthew 6:33? Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, my way of doing things and being right and doing right, and trusting me to meet all your needs. Well, I guess we just said that, didn't we? And so here I am at this job. I'm not in management, but I'm in a very specialized situation. I operate a plasma at a steel factory that makes steps and shelves for like Amazon. I mean, it's busy, but the Lord gave me the favor to get the job and He wants me here. And even though I don't like a lot of things, I mean, management makes decisions that are just, they wait till the house is halfway burned up with fire before they say, hey, maybe we should do something about this. And it drives me nuts. Because like some of us in here, I like having all my ducks in a row and everything perfect. And it just grates on my flesh. And the Lord said, you just stay in your lane. I am teaching you what it is to be in a chaotic environment and still keep your eyes on me. And it was not until I took this job that I had time at work while I'm on the clock to get on there. And then I discovered this live.